in the Kon-Tiki Museum in Oslo. Here is the Ra-2, RA-2 that is, from the back. This was Thor Heyerdahl's second boat. Two big oars on the back that steer it. They work in synchronization. They're tied together so they work in a synchronous manner. This is the Kon-Tiki, which sailed in 1947 from Peru across the Pacific to Polynesia, 4,300 miles on this raft. Here's the little living quarters or cabin business on the back of the Kon-Tiki raft. This Kon-Tiki is just a bunch of logs lashed together. That's how the whole thing's made. Here's another shot of the Ra-2. Here we're looking back at Oslo from in front of the Kon-Tiki Museum. Here's the ski jump at Oslo. And looks right down over the city and out to the fjord beyond. Here's another view of the top end of that ski jump. And it's high. You'd want to be quite good before you position yourself up there to come down.
That's it.
Monolith, and it's called that because it's carved out of one piece of granite, which was brought here, and they carved it on the spot. Vigeland obviously didn't do all that by himself, or he would still be up there chipping away. But he made a full-scale model of the monolith as well as every other statue in the park, and then he had help for the actual execution. 3 men worked on the monolith for 13 and a half years. Vigeland never explained it. He said about his statues people would just have to see them and decide for themselves really what he meant. But if you look at the monolith, you can see there are dead people forming.
All of these statues were done by or designed by a sculptor A Norwegian sculptor named Vigeland. Every sculpture in this park here in Oslo was designed by Vigeland. He couldn't possibly have done all the work himself. He never would have gotten it all done. But it's very impressive. And these sculptures around the base of the main monument, Vigeland tried to portray all the facets of life from birth to death. Here we're looking, I'm standing in front of the main monument looking to the main entrance gate of the park. It's very, very lovely. See if I can bring it in a bit. There we are. Here the children are playing with their grandpa. Here they're playing with their mother. Two people just having some fun together. Every age group represented here. These two old ladies. Vigeland did this as well, with the 6 figures under the bowl of water, water representing life. 5 of the figures are holding the load, 1 of the figures is just pretending to hold the load. Here I'm about to cross a bridge where Vigeland did 58 sculptures for this bridge. You can see them all the way along, both sides. The park is 80 acres in size. It's just beautiful. People are welcome to bring their dogs here. Kind of interesting that there aren't any really brilliant flowers in bloom yet, and yet this is the 20th of June. This will be all brilliant color in a few weeks. The artist was trying to depict just all kinds of different events in life. People playing with each other, having fun. Cuddling each other. Running with a child on his back. Father over there lifting his little child.
Into her face. I mean, she's tickled pink. You haven't had them.
Oh, you got a no? I'm on the second tape.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
clearing a little anyway. Here we are just in front of the entrance, at the front entrance to the park, and this is a monument to the artist Gustav Vigeland, who lived from 1869 to 1943. And he not only created the art work, at least, for all of the sculptures we have just seen in the park, but he actually was the architect for the park, the layout of the park itself, all 80 acres of it. Even the entrance gates to the park are beautiful, with wrought iron artwork.
Harbour down here. Ahead slightly to the left, that brick building, that's the City Hall, finished in 1950. And that clock up there is the biggest clock in Europe. It's actually, I think, 1.5 inches broader than the clock outside the Big Ben. I bet they went to...
Coming out for us, perfect, huh? Very nice. I hope that you have a great afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to thank Liv for a wonderful tour with a very humorous slant to the tour. And she's made us all laugh and chuckle a little bit. Even the driver up here, I think, has got a real kick out of it. So thank you very much, Liv.
This building was the Gestapo headquarters in Oslo during the Second World War. They're not very proud of it. This building was Gestapo headquarters, 1944-45. It's in good condition today, so somebody's taken it over and turned it into offices. From this view a little further away, we can get the whole complex in. That whole thing from end to end was the Gestapo headquarters. Some very pretty color. I have no idea what it is. Beverly will know. Out in front of the palace in Oslo. This is the Royal Palace in Oslo. Equivalent, I guess, to Buckingham Palace in London. It is not open to the public, so we can't go in. It's the home of the Norwegian royal family. Now this is the Norwegian Parliament buildings. In Oslo, right across the road from the Grand Hotel, where we have been staying. I haven't moved. This is the Grand Hotel where we've been staying. And it's right across the road from the Parliament buildings. This is a pedestrian mall that leads from where we're staying, the Grand Hotel, right down to the Central Railroad Station at the bottom. This is a Thursday afternoon, and just take a look at the great quantities of people that are out just walking and browsing and looking and having a good time. This is a view of the, taken from Lillehammer, where we are today, Friday, June the 21st. And we're in the outdoor museum here.
It's an open-air museum, and this museum was founded in 1887, over 100 years ago, by a Norwegian called Anders Sandvig, man, who came here to Lillehammer 2 years before to settle down, to get better from his sickness. He suffered from pneumonia, and this area is known to be good for that kind of sickness. So he came here, he established, he was a dentist and he started to work. He was the only dentist in this area, so he had whole Lillehammer and the whole valley of Gudbrandsdal. I guess you don't come from the north just now, so you don't know that valley. You come from Oslo. Maybe you'll go north, head north later. So you'll go through the valley, which is a valley that goes from Lillehammer and goes to all the way up to mountains of Dovre, this mountainous area right up north. While he was traveling to see his patients 100 years ago, he looked, he understood very clearly all the big changings that were going on in Norway. We had been under Denmark for over 400 years until 1814, and from then on directly in union with Sweden until 1905. So after now, for about 500 years under another country, Norway was about to liberate finally from Sweden. And in that connection, there was a big need in Norway to find back to the really Norwegian identity, to mark the independence, their nationality. That was very important for the Norwegians. And one way of doing that was to focus on something particularly Norwegian, which was the really old peasant culture in the area. So many people were interested in this culture. They were collecting, preserving this culture, which was double important because of the industrialization was settling down. So the old culture was also about to disappear, as I think everywhere in the world. Also the founder of this museum were interested in the culture he collected. And in the beginning, he put everything that he got in his garden where he lived, close to the station. In 1904, when he got this area from the Council of Lillehammer, he actually had 6 whole houses in his garden that already exposed. The train was passing and everything. So when he got this area, there were only 6 houses here. Today we have about 170. So it has grown a lot. And despite of his sickness, he actually lived until he was 88 years old.
Here's the church for this little open-air museum village that we're in. Very interesting way that they built the fence around the yard. Totally made out of wood, but
it's a very big, rich farm, one of the biggest one in the museum and one of the biggest, richest from the valley, quite up north. The name is Björnstad. You know the name Björn? Yeah? Björnborg, the Hemsquare? Yeah? And stad, it just means a place. Yeah, Björn place. And the farm itself was first established, we think, in the Viking time. But all the houses are, of course, a lot more recent. All the generations built something during the years. And as you see the houses here, the position of the houses, it was exactly the same up in the valley. And they've even tried to adapt the ground to make it look like the one up in the valley. To make it as similar as possible. The storage houses. The houses that were practical to have nearby, right? On the other side of the house there, that's the stable. On the other side you have the outer yard for the animals. There you have the cowshed, the stable, the barn and so on. So a practical way of organizing the space of the farm. The only animal who had the right to go through the inner yard to come out from the farm was the horse. That was the most important animal on the farm. Yeah, so it shows the status of the horse.
What period are we?
between 1,000 and 1,500 about. They lived in this house before they modernized. They built a new house with a chimney. Yeah, they didn't have the chimney here yet. Just the open hearth in the center of the house with this opening for the smoke. Yeah, no chimney. And when it was raining or snowing, they could close the opening to protect the fire. And that meant that you needed another opening for the smoke, and they would open the door. So, no matter season it was, they had this opening, the door or in the ceiling, in wintertime and summertime. So we can imagine that it could be hard to keep it warm in the house. If you wonder if there was if they had glass at those days, they didn't, but they would use a belly of an animal normally. Yeah, retirement house. The system was the eldest son always inherited the farm, and at that moment the parents would move into this house. You see? So it was always the farmer at the moment who lived in the principal house, the other side. And that they were able to build such a house for the grandparents really shows their richness on this farm, because normally the grandparents in a smaller farm would live in a room next to the main room in the principal house. So
This is the grandparents' house.
now they have modernized on this farm. They don't any longer live in the open hearth house. But they didn't tear it down either. They would keep it to use it for other things. So it's still standing there. We've now got the chimney. You have it also in the main house, of course. And at the same time, you got the windows, the wood.
Now this is the principal house of the farmer after he's made some money. The roofs are, as you can see, are all covered with grass. The way they built these roofs up with earth and let the grass grow on it, it provided excellent insulation to the houses, and as well, these roofs would last about 100 years. These houses were all built about in the early 1700s.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody ate at the same table.
You're out of time. You're gonna have to go and see the church now, and you're gonna leave straight away after that.
This is the storage house. The bell is to call the workers in from the fields for the meals. This is just the vista that we've got here from this open-air museum. Beautiful. This is the church in the village. We're going to be going up there with a little pond here in front of it. Going to be going up there now. Now here's the name of the museum we've just been, the open air museum we've just been showing pictures of here in Lillehammer. Now we left Oslo this morning on board this very colorful touring bus, and this bus driver, this bus, and we will all be together now for about a week as we tour Norway. Well, this is Saturday, June the 22nd. We are at Eidsdal, I guess, Norway. We're about to go across this fjord by ferry. Last night we stayed in Bjorli, beautiful kind of a ski lodge. town on the other side. They can see the other ferry on his way over there. In 20 minutes we're going to get on this ferry and go across ourselves. It's just been spectacular scenery this morning. Absolutely spectacular. In these mountains. Here's our bus. Very, very comfortable highway bus. And it squats at the front end. The driver, when he stops, the driver drops the front end of the bus, squats down so the steps are easy for senior citizens to get up and down. And when everybody's on board and he closes the door, he pushes a button and the front of the bus pumps itself up and rises up to its normal traveling level. Here's our group boarding the ferry. Not a very big ferry.
Glad you couldn't rent a fishing rod. You might catch us.
Here comes a sightseeing boat, I guess. He just got a few tourists on there that he's showing around. The scenery on this little trip this morning has just been beautiful. In spite of the fact that the clouds are quite low and you can't always see the tops of the mountains. Now there's the little village that we're going to sail across to. Over there. And here are some brave, brave souls. We have some, there they are. Little buildings away up there on that mountain. You'd wonder how on earth they get up to. We have seen very pretty multicolored lupins as we came along the highway this morning. There are some over there. As you can hear, I'm standing beside the engine compartment of the ferry. The water is very turbulent here. We're standing still at the dock here. We're not. That water is all. That's the way. That's how turbulent it is. Another community down there at the end of the, just going around the corner out of sight. Here's some of our group again, standing on the top deck of the ferry and sort of protecting themselves from the wind. 22nd of June, you wouldn't believe how cold it is up here. Local Norwegian lady there with her little children. Got a nice dress. We're on our way across. It's a very short ride here across this fjord, but there's another community down at the bottom end that's just going out of sight. Bring them in a little closer. This is a view down the valley to where we've just been.
Can we step off?
Just gorgeous. There's Geiranger, which is where we're going.
partly on in the Hardanger Fjord. They are the
There's Sky Ranger again. We're running down a switchback
Yeah, that's probably good.
on the side of the mountain. So there it is. There it is. Very beautiful.
little
Yes.
one-legged bird here. Looks like he's lost his leg.
I'll see it in a minute when we come around the corner. This is the small town of Sky Ranger, which we've been looking at from up on the mountain. It's just a little resort town here at the head end of this fjord. These cars and vans all waiting for the ferry later to come in. Out and across the road. Quite a nice, pretty little place. There's two nice hotels. There's one of them. Now, just in case anybody was wondering, there's the sheer face of the mountain right here beside town. And that's a pretty big sheer face. You would almost think that it came out and hung over the town. It's very, very big. And here's a good many of the members of the group.
I know he didn't really make a big deal for himself.
You got up awfully sudden. You know something I don't know?
He thinks that this is the back end.
Here's another view of the town. And look across the harbor. Little seaplane that'll take people up. Very interesting to see it. See the water pouring down the side of the mountain on the far side over there. Of course, the clouds are so low today, you can't see the tops of the mountain. So here we are underway down the fjord, just have left the dock. Just left Sky Ranger, had a beautiful lunch there today. Well, there's a hole in the clouds, so we can see the top of that mountain out there. Snow on it. We haven't been able to see too many of the tops on this journey this morning. Look at the farms away up the side of that mountain there. Of course, there's a switchback road that's going up that one. With a little bit of luck, we might see a bus or a car climbing its way up past those buildings up high there.
No. This is what. And I knew I just wanted.
Is there a string? There's a string here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There's a good
welcome
view
on
of the
board this
switchback
ferry
road.
to join us on a 1-hour cruise on the Geiranger and Sunderland Fjord. The distance between Geiranger and Hellesylt is 20 kilometers or about 13 miles. The Geiranger Fjord is about 300 meters.
There's another view of the switchback.
Maintenant, vous pouvez voir à droite, Ørnevegen, la route d'Aigle, avec ses
Look at the magnificence of that rock face
Right there, which kind of
and the free falling of the water.
The first one you come to when you come off.
Nothing more beautiful than watching water just free fall down the side of a rocky mountain face. This kind of scenery is just awesome.
You can see the fall called the Eater or Leopard. Meine Damen und Herren, vor der Abrecht sehen Sie die Siebenschwester. Diese Wasserfälle haben eine durchschnittliche Höhe von etwa 250 Meter. Die Schwester omfassen Arnokosvalley or Schopo. Ladies and gentlemen, on our right you may see the waterfall called the Bridal Veil. Können Sie den Wasserfall der Brautschleier sehen? Es kommt auf den Schnee auf den Bergen oder das Regen an, ob was zu schauen ist. Mesdames et messieurs, à droite, on peut voir une cascade appelée le Voile.
Here are our two fearless
Right in
leaders
front of the hills.
wearing their very special hats for the occasion.
The hills sport. Yeah, in front of the hills sport.
You stay there.
This is just another scene en route. Pretty, pretty lake. We have more blue sky at the moment than we've had most of the day today. You see lots of snow at the peaks of the mountains.
stand right up on that.
Another beautiful vista. The day has brightened up considerably. The sky is pretty blue.
Walking on down there. You go ahead.
Is this down the airbags?
Maybe we should start at the top. Work our way down. Pretty little town across the other side of the water. Now there we have the same scene, and I've zoomed in on it and made it come a little closer. Mountains covered with snow. Little town on the far side of the water. The highway and the little town this side of the water. And then all the way back up this side to the top of the mountain here. There we are.
see really clearly the U-shaped valley here to your right. We're going to go right through the middle of that. It's one of the best examples I've seen here in Norway.
Here's a pretty little church. Copper beech tree beside it. Note the rhododendron in front of it. Beautiful doors. This is the interior of the church. Beautiful stained glass windows there at the far end above the altar. Attractive artwork on the panels here. Here's the rhododendron. Isn't that beautiful? In the churchyard. Now it's Sunday, June the 23rd, and we're in Birksdal, Norway, near the Birksdal Glacier. But here first, just have a look at this beautiful waterfall cascading down the side of the mountain. Gorgeous. Look at these mountains. Clouds a little lower than the mountains are. Now there's just a glimpse of the Birksdal Glacier up there in the center of the, at the bottom of the V. Look at the rock face and the glistening rocks. Of course, all over this part of Norway they have lots of trolls. Here's one nice little fella here at Birksdal. Now here we are in a horse and buggy on our way up to have a good close look at the glacier up here. A little bit hard to hold the camera steady while I take this picture because the road isn't exactly the best and the little horse is working pretty hard here. Some very pretty waterfalls. I'm sure you can hear, there's the glacier up above. Is that spectacular or is that spectacular? Now we're getting a little closer to the bottom of the glacier. Following along this group ahead of us, part of our own tour. Here's some more of the glacier up here. Look at this for sheer size of mountains. Here we are from a vantage point fairly high up. There you can see more of the glacier on that side. Here we are. This is about as close as we can get to this glacier. See if we can bring him in a bit.
Where did those people go, Joe? They're looking for us. Yeah, there were. They went over beside a crevice. I can't see them now. I thought where they were.
Beautiful.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think that's kind of on the right.
Yeah, they look like little black ants. They haven't moved, so maybe we're...
That thinks there are 3 people. Out on the glacier. There's Sylvia Lewis and Joan Smith standing in front of a most beautiful waterway. Here's looking the other way from the glacier, but there's more glacier up there. Isn't that beautiful? The greens and whites, shadows, and just gorgeous.
You see Douglas over here to the left? That gives you an idea of size.
There's our fearless leader, Douglas, standing there just enjoying. Here's one of the fingers of the glacier. Gosh, they get dirty, very, very dirty when they get to the bottom. This is the bottom of it. And there it goes up to the top. Pretty filthy. And if I go on around, there's somewhere but way up there. See if I can pull it in a bit for you. I don't pull it in too much. There it is. Okay. Now here I'm sitting on June the 23rd, and it's a nice sunny afternoon. Well, it's not too cold here. Maybe 65 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's snow right there at my level, as it were. So whether that'll all melt away, I don't know. Whether it'll just stay for the summer, who knows. This is the little store in Vassendan, right across the road from our hotel. Today is Midsummer Night's Eve, and there's going to be a big bonfire out here after dinner tonight, so we'll come out to that later. There's the bonfire setup. That's what they're going to ignite and burn tonight after dinner as they celebrate Midsummer Night's Eve.
Look at the size of that cake, and you thought you had dessert.
There's Beverly's birthday cake.
No, it's something
Yeah.
And on behalf of our group and Verizon, we have a little birthday present for you.
Okay. There you go.
Oh my gosh, I feel like a movie star. I don't know who wrapped this up, but it's well done. Flowers are stuck to it. Kill the flowers. I have no idea what's in here. I know. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, that's nice. Oh, keep is that the right color, Beth? Yeah. Maybe? That's lovely, yes.
That's great.
Super.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Happy anniversary, Harold and Rose and Jack and Mary. Happy anniversary to you.
Hey, come on, you guys both gotta come up. Come on up. This one might not look good, but I guess it's really beautiful. Come on, Harold.
Yes.
Lots of hot air. Let's see. Ready? Like a wish. 1, 2, 3, blow.
All over
Now, Mary, we'd like you to say a few words for the studio audience.
Thank you very much. Oh, it's Norway.
So please come on up and, oh, there you go.
Isn't that great? Great.
Please
Super.
come up, folks, and help yourself to the second course.
There we go. Okay. We catch our fearless leaders here just serving all kinds of...
As we move, follow.
Yeah, that's right.
Just a minute. Why don't we just leave it here and give that to you?
Well, let's just on tape. All right. Just follow us here. We're just
I got to get a picture of all this.
Watch yourself for the mobile table here.
There we are.
Yes, I am.
Yes, yeah.
Irish cream.
Okay.
I thought it was against your religion to drink alcohol.
Serving the cures.
Get it on tape. Get it
Yeah,
on
we
tape.
got...
What about you, John?
Okay.
Here's John, our driver, who's done just a
And
tremendous...
he's about to drink. He's drinking now. He's not driving, but he's drinking.
That's right.
Now, what are you having?
He'll be up tomorrow.
Hal, what are you going to have?
What do we got?
Bailey's,
Cranberry, creme de menthe.
I'm going to have the Baileys.
We're running out of Bailey's.
Is that Irish?
Sylvia, what would you like? Cranberry?
Bill, what are you
I'll have
having?
the creme de menthe, if I may, please.
You may.
Thank
Ooh,
you.
creme de menthe. Look, this is for
Yeah,
Bill. This
yeah.
one's for Bill, the creme de menthe. This is
There you go, sir.
Oh, thank you, Robert.
Mary, what
Thank you.
Green stuff.
Well, let's have Mary.
a little bit.
That's what you get, Mary, is the green stuff.
Mary?
1 drop, 2 drops.
Oh, dear. We got a good group here. Quiet one's over here, signing the book.
Eminent Leo.
Walter,
I get used to this.
trying to figure out where you should light. Okay.
And his lovely, lovely daughter.
You hitting on them again.
Wait till the official board gets a hold of it.
Cranberry?
We've got 12 glasses.
I know that.
Thank you, Joan. How are you, Nora?
Cheers! Cheers! Come here, you
Who's gonna? Oh, hey, go ahead.
Get over here, you drunken minister. I like it. Okay, this is all going to my room.
Take it to the bonfire.
Yes, we can take it to the bonfire. That's a good idea. Yeah. Good idea.
There's slow. Very quiet. There's slow.
We were expecting us all over you.
Sorry, Hal, I'm in your way.
All today, and we've had so much fun, but I think we should raise our glasses and propose a toast to Douglas and Bob, because they you never could have pulled this off at the Grand Hotel. So here's to Douglas and Bob.
Cheers. Where's Douglas?
There's Bob.
Douglas, did you hear Joan toast you? Did you know that she toasted you and Bob?
Well, I got Bob and
You didn't know it.
Douglas, you know. Oh, beautiful.
Well, now you could have
Bob, you're supposed to be sitting at our table.
Oh, I'm supposed to be around there. All right.
one. Here he comes. Here he comes. The other one.
There you are. Look at
You
those.
bet. You're right. I'm going to have a tiny
Beautiful
version
image.
of my tape. Cranberry, I never had.
Is it good?
Right. Good idea.
But you can't leave
It's a cranberry, and I had to try it because I didn't have it before. You don't want to
not
serve anything you haven't tried.
He's wondering whether it'd be suitable for community.
Yes. Well, it's right now. Well, you know,
Increase the attendance.
either that or decrease it, one way or the other.
Well, it was some you'd lose and some you'd gain.
Was it in your time that Jim Russell put prune juice in?
No.
We did that once.
Video. Okay. You guys are gonna have to move closer.
Now he's gonna watch it.
The crazy connector. Okay, come on up and sit. Come on up. Come on, come on, come on. Don't stand down there if we move. That's not gonna help us. He's our fearless leader.
Now watch this ignition, dear. Watch the ignition.
About to set fire to this.
It's gonna go off like
This
a
is
rocket.
Midsummer's Eve. We're in Vassenden, Norway. And the tradition is to have a big bonfire for the solstice. And the boys have doused that with gasoline.
Wait.
What for?
We have to wait. It's not ready yet. We're going to sacrifice someone.
What are they going to do?
What are you doing down there? Sitting on a rock. Get up here. I got picnic tables, for God's sake. Oh, for Pete's sake.
Another 50 cents, Geraldine. Another 50 cents.
I know everything.
Here, you got the strap in front of the thing.
No, I haven't.
Sweetheart, you got the strap right in front of you.
No, I haven't.
Hi there, Beverly.
Hi there, Russell. Hi there, Lee. Russell. Where'd you get the champagne?
Hello, sweetie. Are you on my floor?
No, but she's moving that way.
We've already been in the shower.
How did he?
Make it look pretty. Not sure whether this is going to go off right now or not.
Come on, guys, you gotta put a trail of gasoline light the end of the trail, and then all they can find, or is that a reason?
Going to get all the smoke.
No, move the gasoline can. That's right.
Too many people telling you what to do.
Watch out.
Yeah.
There. You did it. Now we're cooking with gas.
Oh, Joan.
Yes, that's very apropos.
No,
I think you need more gas, guys.
yeah, they did. Oh, there we go. I'm glad you got one pail for water.
I'm glad the smoke's going that way.
This is perfect, Bev, because you need
Yeah.
action.
That's right. Those flames need to work a little faster.
Still shot isn't much good at this kind of thing.
No, this has been a wonderful birthday party.
Yeah, not often you can spend your birthday riding in a horse and buggy going
You
to
know,
the top of a
going to the
glacier.
glacier. That's for sure.
Oh, you can feel the heat back here.
Isn't that nice? I don't think we want marshmallows.
Look at how far it's shooting up. It's like, oh, no type of thing.
And there's all the group sitting watching. No, I'm not going back, Douglas. No. Hello. Thank you. And these people have only had one little glass of liqueur and some wine. And that's Liv in the beautiful Norwegian sweater, and Russell over here in the hat, and they won the draw for the bridal suite for the night, for 2 nights. And that's why they have the champagne in their hands.
I think there's one right here, Jack. It is easier.
It's easier, yeah. Oh, it is.
Hey, see, big fire, no? Big fire, no smoke. More smoke, no fire.
Careful, Gordon.
Not quite ready yet.
Bigger fire! More fire!
And that's the Ulster Hotel in the background.